Once, there was a young woman named Livia who poured her heart into gardening. In her cozy backyard, surrounded by blooming roses and vibrant daisies, she planted a single rare seed. This wasn't just any seed. It was one she had cherished for years, a promise of a flower so beautiful it existed only in her dreams. Every single morning, as the sun kissed the dew on the grass, Livia would water it. Every afternoon, she'd gently check its leaves, whispering words of encouragement. "You'll be so beautiful. I can't wait to see you bloom." She envisioned its colors, its fragrance, its unique petals. This one plant became the center of her world. Days melted into weeks, and weeks stretched into months. The garden around it flourished. The roses opened their velvet petals, the daisies danced in the breeze, but her special seed, the one she loved most, remained just a stubborn green stem. It showed no sign of a bud, no promise of a bloom. Livia grew desperate. Was it not getting enough sunlight? She moved the pot to a sunnier spot. Still nothing. Maybe it was too much sun. She moved it to the shade. She changed the soil, tried different fertilizers, and even altered her watering schedule. She did everything the gardening books told her to, everything she could possibly think of. Yet the plant refused to flower. One misty morning, her hope finally shattered. She sank to her knees beside the small pot, her vision blurred by tears. Her voice was a broken whisper. "Why? Why won't you grow for me? I did everything right. I gave you everything." Her frustration and sorrow felt like a heavy weight on her chest. Just then, an old gardener, with hands weathered by soil and a face etched with gentle lines, was passing by. He saw the heartbroken young woman and her little unbloomed plant. He approached her, his smile kind and understanding. "My dear," he said softly, "you seem troubled by this little one." Livia looked up, wiping her tears. "I've tried everything," she confessed. "It just won't bloom." The old man looked at the plant, then back at her. "Sometimes," he began, his voice calm and wise, "a flower is not meant to bloom. Not because you have failed, but because its true purpose was never about the blossom. Its purpose was to teach you how to care, not how to control." Livia stared at him, then at the plant. His words echoed in the silence of her garden, sinking deep into her heart. How to care, not how to control. She had been so fixated on the outcome, so obsessed with seeing that perfect flower, that she had completely missed the simple joy of the process itself. The gentle act of watering, the quiet moments under the sun, the hope she felt each day she had turned it all into a chore driven by expectation. From that day on, something inside Livia shifted. She stopped trying to force the flower to become what she wanted it to be. She continued to water it, not with the desperate hope of seeing a bud, but simply because she had grown to love the ritual. She found peace in the act of nurturing, without demanding anything in return. And in that quiet acceptance, in that space where she let go of control, a strange and wonderful thing happened. The flower never did bloom, but Livia did. She blossomed into a person who understood patience, who found beauty in the effort, and who learned that her worth wasn't tied to the results of her work. How often does this happen in our own lives? We chase the dream job, the perfect relationship, the recognition we feel we deserve. We do everything right, but the flower just doesn't bloom. We're left asking, why didn't it happen for me? This story holds a powerful lesson from Stoic philosophy. You cannot always control the outcome, but you can always control your effort and your attitude. True peace isn't found in getting everything we want. It begins when we can look at our efforts and say, I did my best. And that is more than enough. The real growth happens not in achieving the goal, but in the person we become while striving for it. Thank you so much for watching. If this story resonated with you, please consider liking this video and subscribing for more stories that help us find meaning in life's journey. See you in the next one.